What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. I'm Nadeska here with DJ Akademiks star and our special guest, Tyga. First time up here. Welcome to the struggle.
Tyga in the building.
Thank you for having me.
Good to meet you, man.
Big fan of the show.
Listen, I was very surprised that Tyga would pull up here because he barely talks. And I was like, this is a very critical show.
I'm real choosy, like, when I do interviews with certain people, you know? So I gotta, like, be a fan of what they do and know they... You know, it's really like, it's reputable and they, you know, you guys know what you're talking about, you know what I mean? So,
we do want to talk about your new project, Kyoto, coming up soon, February 16th, right?
Yeah.
3 days away. But first, would you be down to go through some topics with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. So we are going to start with Coolio, who did a recent panel at Polestar Live. And so he was speaking with other musicians and people in the game about the digital era and how music is changing. And at some point, he went off on a little rant, basically saying he's unhappy with the current state of rap. Maybe the younger generation, people call them mumble rappers. He says, I'm upset at a lot of hip hop artists for what they did to my culture because hip hop saved my life. I took it personally, people being so bad. He also said he's tired of seeing bad hip hop shows, but he did say that if we want music to be good, we have to teach these young cats how to be good. I don't think this is the first time we're hearing a statement like this. Do you understand where he's coming from? You're pretty familiar with Coolio personally.
Yes. I think if anybody's got the right to say what he said, it's him. You know, a lot of people just know Coolio from the Tommy Boy days. We actually hung out years ago. Myself, him, WC, from WC The Mad Circle, which you may know from back in the days. And
do you feel like he's really in touch, that he's paying attention to a lot of the music, or is he just generalizing? Maybe he heard a couple bad songs.
I think that you have to let some of the pioneers, and he is a pioneer. Again, going back to WC and the Mad Circle, those guys, when they were on Priority Records, there was no radio airplay for them. There was no radio airplay for NWA and everybody on Priority. So they had to hit the road, and that's where we met, on the road, doing retail in New York City, back in 1991, I think it was. So he has the right to say what he said with regards to, you know, the newer generation, whether he's right or wrong.
He got a Grammy too, right?
Yeah. So he's put the work in.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yo, and of course, he is afforded his opinion, one of the pioneers, but I mean, I disagree with most of the shit he says. I feel like he's time locked. Like, he wants, when he classifies the newer generation of music as bad hip hop, clearly he has a definition of what hip hop should be, or a standard of what it should be. I don't even think bad hip hop is a thing. I mean, I think we just have hot music or whack music.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, the time difference and then like what he was inspired, you know, when he made hip hop and rap doesn't inspire him now, the things that he's seeing. I think that's what he's saying, but like, you know, I'm pretty sure he has kids and like they're probably into all the new rappers and the young generation. So like you said, it's a different, you know, he ain't gonna understand it. Just like a lot of people my age might not understand his era, or people younger than me, you know what I'm saying? So
if it wasn't diversity, if music, right now to me, I think it's one of the most diverse times. If we didn't have that diversity, I'd probably be like, yeah, the music is, in totality, has changed. But hip hop is just rebel music, you know what I mean? Whatever your mom and your dad into, you don't want to be into that bullshit. You want to be into some different stuff. Now, whatever they revere, you're going to create your own wave, your own lane. That's just how it's been from the inception of time, even beyond music. So the most of the music now, nigga, they ain't making it for Coolio to fuck with, you know what I mean?
But I understand what he's saying. Like, I think the music, like a little earlier, was more timeless. That's my, you know, I can agree with that. Then I think some of the music now isn't as timeless as some of the earlier music.
Do you ever have these conversations behind the scenes? So it seems like some artists get it and some don't. So Erykah Badu, for example, has a son who's a teenager, and she says that because of him, she actually loves all of this music that a lot of people criticize. And she's like, yeah, it's not about the lyrics. What you say, it's about the melodies and the vibrations.
I mean, music is supposed to make you feel good, and then after that, it's supposed to make you move, and then after that is when people like start, you know, breaking down the lyrics and the story, and does it affect them? Because a lot of the music really don't affect a lot of people in their average life. You know what I'm saying? They listen to it in a club or when they going out or when they working out. So, you know what I mean? That's what I mean by like timeless.
Yeah.
I always champion the newer music, as most people know. But again, someone like him who is a pioneer, who made it possible for not just West Coast, but for those who put in work before the days of just sitting behind YouTube and just popping off without putting in grassroots work, I have to respect what he said. And when you talk about culture a lot, you use the word culture. You can't just always dismiss pioneers like him and say that, oh, he's out of touch, he's trying to stay relevant, because that's what separates
Never said that.
Okay.
I didn't say he's out of touch or trying to stay relevant. I'm saying that the newer generation, they're not making music for their demo, for his demo.
Yeah,
they're making music
but you
for.
have to respect what some of the pioneers say sometimes, even if you don't agree with it. Just
I respect his opinion.
He's paved the way.
I respect his opinion, but again, I think that's where the generation debate kind of happens, and that's why you see a lot of new artists. Sometimes they kind of show disrespect to the older artists because it's not reciprocal. You can't just say y'all just making trash hip hop or bad hip hop and expect them to be like, oh yeah, you guys were the best and we're just trash. No. Again, this is their version of what you guys were doing. Now, however you want to judge quality, you might judge quality as in, well, you know what? I really want bars. There's not much bars now in most of the music that we're hearing. So that's why it's trash. You know what I mean? But if you look at it another way, it's more melodies. You know what I mean? Like, we've never seen people play with melody as much as we see now. So again, it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Final thoughts.
No, I agree with you saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, you know, it's two different generations. So like, you got timeless music, and you got music that's just here to listen to for the moment. You know what I mean? And we'll see what becomes timeless in 5-10 years. We'll see what artists we're still talking about or what music, you know, we'll be playing by then.
Yeah. And so when we're having this conversation about longevity in this current game, Migos come up a lot, right? A lot of us think they're going to be around for a very long time. So they were nominated for Grammys, but they didn't take any home. They did an interview with NME where Offset said he felt that they were cheated. Quavo added, there was nothing bigger than the Culture album this whole last year. They're scared to handle the three-headed monster. So Bad and Bougie, mega hit for them, also didn't get a Grammy. So what do you guys think? Will they be back next year? Does it even matter at this point?
Migos was trolling, but I love it. They trolling on some little pump shit. Like, they know they wasn't supposed to win. Like, what are they talking about? But I like it because you kind of have to have that that confidence. Like, yo, we should have won. We deserve it, right? You can't be on some, I'm just lucky to be here. They're not the guys who are like, we're just lucky to be at the table. They're on some shit like, we them guys. You get me? Like, they compare themselves and put themselves in the same breath with the Beatles and the greats, the legends. I like that about them. But if we're really being serious, should Culture win Best Rap Album? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? You're nominated, well, at least in my opinion, right? You're competing against Jay-Z, 444. You're also competing with Kendrick Lamar, Damn, Rhapsody's in the category. I think a nomination was good there. They also was nominated for Best Rap Song with Bad and Bougie. If they won there, I wouldn't be mad because I thought their song, Bodak Yellow, was also a worthy competitor. But if they didn't win, it's fine. But I like how they kind of take it like, no, we got snubbed. It makes their fans feel confident in them because they feel confident in themselves. I see a lot of some of these new artists, like, they're just happy that people are talking about them. They don't even have that confidence in their craft and the impact they're having. I like the fact that Migos understand how impactful they are.
How much do you care about the Grammys?
I mean, you got what? You got the Grammys, you got the Oscars, and I mean, it's definitely the most elite.
The biggest night in music. But I mean, they're like the BET Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards for an artist.
I liked it this year though, because I feel like it was way more rap. It was way more realistic, and that's why I think probably what the Migos is saying. Like, I mean, they've been having a crazy run. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got the streets going crazy. It's like, y'all got to notice us. So I understand what they're saying about that. You know what I mean? I think the Grammys is more, I think it's an older, it's just an older, it's an older corporation that, like, you know, they more, they champion, I feel like, the more work that's put into it. So like, you know, Kendrick, of course, like when you hear that, you know, it's way more work put into it. Right. Not saying that the Migos album isn't more work put into it, but I think that's they have like an old school mentality, the Grammys, you know what I'm saying? It's very like
He's championing what I said weeks ago. Thank you.
What?
You were talking about radio spins with the Grammys.
I broke down the Grammys. They teamed up on me. You've said exactly what the Grammys.
We're going to have to fact check that.
Prehistoric, flawed system.
No, but what he's actually talking about goes against exactly what you were talking about, because
we said the same thing.
No, because albums like Damn and Jay-Z 444, albums that you could see, there's levels of depth to it, and also you can see there's a lot of work that was put into it. You don't like that album for whatever reason, so you're not saying the same thing.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said I didn't respect it for the category. You keep trying to change the narrative.
Well,
Sucker shit. Sucker shit.
well, listen. I like how the Migos are carrying it because when they have that belief, their fans gonna have that belief, and it continues. I think they're almost. They're creating their legend right now, and kind of having that bravado is
they'll
necessary.
be back. They'll be back next year, like you said. You know.
Hey, and by the way, yo, once the BT Hip Hop Awards come around, if they don't win for that shit, if culture don't win,
Nah, they gonna clean it.
they don't disrespect, but like the BT Hip Hop Awards, if culture don't win, that shit always like in Atlanta anyway. And I mean, if that shit don't win, I mean, we need to boycott. We need to boycott in March.
All right. So real quick, we're gonna do a can't unsee it.
Wait, hold on. What award shows do like you get excited for? VMAs, you get excited for BT Awards, BT Hip Hop Awards.
VMAs. I like the VMAs. It just depends on who's performing, or like, you know, it depends.
What do you
like,
guys go for? Do you really go to check out the performances? Because for artists, it's like you're kicking it with all your friends, but I'm sure you
And I
get
was-
bored, right?
I
So
was
what?
even gonna say like
I don't
it feels
never go
like
unless I'm like nominated or
Okay,
something like that.
so you're not
That's why I
leaving
don't
the
really
crib
go to a
unless-
lot of award shows. I just feel like it's pointless.
hey, you know,
I just
somebody
watch
made a
it at-
point.
watch it
Somebody
at
made a
home
point
on TV.
that like award shows back in the day you used to see everybody there. Like all the popular poppin' entertainers were there. Now it's like real selective if people show up. Like you only show up if you get nominated and shit. You might get nominated and still not go. Like maybe you could help me understand. What is it with now not going to every award show? Or
You don't have to go. You just look on your phone.
Exactly. Watch your shit from home.
Back in the day, it's like
Don't you understand
You
about
had to
that?
be
you
there
had to
to
go.
see it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it used to be a look. Being on the red carpet was a look, right? It could be people use it for in terms of album promotion, getting out a message.
but you got to think, people like now, people can go on their phone. They can get a look on your page. They can go get a look on Complex. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't really got to move out the house. you
And
know?
it's too dangerous now. Niggas stay fighting at the award shows now.
And most people don't.
Just the Migos.
Everybody's
life,
fighting.
you
Niggas
know?
is brawling. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, man. I feel you on that. I just think it's changed so much. It's so political in terms of if people go or not. But anyway,
We want to do this can't unsee it real quick.
Let's go.
There's just a fan getting thrown off the stage at a Keisha Cole show. Let's take a look. I can't tell if he jumped or got pushed. All right, look, sometimes fans get a little out of control. Maybe that was his only opportunity to finally see her in real life. He took it too far. Do you feel like this is okay? How do you react when fans go overboard?
you give them their hands.
He
Right,
got
Tyga?
to be quicker than that. She's from the Bay though.
Exactly.
So, you got to be quicker than
Security
Okay.
was lacking. Go
that.
ahead.
You know what I'm saying?
She would have done it himself.
Yeah, that was
But
fake,
if
bro.
somebody hopped on stage with you like that, you giving them their hands or what?
Nah,
Would you ever let them
I
rock?
had enough lawsuits.
Okay.
Nah,
I gotta imagine that's kind of scary though. You don't know if it's like a super fan just trying to be in a moment,
Well,
they're
you
trying
gotta
to
think- I
troll,
think most
or
of the
maybe they're
time-
trying to do something to you.
most of the time people just be really fanned out. You know what I'm saying? Like they never see you in person, so they just want to get their moment, like to go on stage. You know?
Yeah, that's like a lifetime. It's like a milestone for
You got to
them.
be on it though.
Let's go back for a second.
Yeah.
You just said you got too many lawsuits. Right.
Yeah.
Security was slow as a motherfucker. That guy could have done her dirty, and just like you said, sometimes you can't just react. And I think that security throwing that guy off the stage, that could have been a lawsuit. Suppose that guy fell and broke his arm or some shit like that. You sued Keisha Cole in the whole fucking venue.
Messy.
I mean, if you're thinking on a lawsuit type of thing, I
I
think
can't
it was,
wait to see you get whacked in the head when you're on stage. Somebody just runs up and bow.
That's different though. That's
That's why you got listen. That's why you got the homies to the side, body slam that nigga. I'll take a lawsuit. Matter of fact, drop him on his neck. You gotta make an example out of
DJ
somebody.
Akademiks coming on tour soon.
I wish somebody would run up on stage.
Oh, they will.
Okay, good, good. Somebody getting body slammed.
When you do your first show.
Allegedly
in a
at
couple
SOBs.
months, in a couple months.
Yo,
Dead serious.
is there paperwork? You signed it like you're really playing? Can I buy
No,
a
we
ticket?
like really talking about it.
Do I get a free ticket? Should I buy one to support you? Or?
Nah, you don't buy it, just come through, yo.
You are my nigga, but I want to see somebody do you like they did XXX and Tentacion.
Nah,
So we can talk
bruh.
about that shit right here.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I talk too much shit. I gotta roll with an entourage like I'm a rapper, bro. I talk too much shit.
Lawsuits.
You know what I mean?
All right.
like
At least you
you
know.
Well, I'll take a
I
lawsuit.
said at least
Good to
you
know.
As long as you fuck that person up real good, I'll pay that whatever money that nigga want.
Listen, Ak, relax. Just
How many
chill. Let's
lawsuits
just
you
get
got? I know
no
you can't
problems.
talk about it, but how many
No,
lawsuits?
I was being funny, but I had a situation like that where somebody sued me. I don't want to say a fan.
Right.
'cause I don't think a fan would sue me knowing that I didn't intentionally try to hurt them. But yeah, somebody sued me in a venue, a concert I did like 5 years ago. I guess a light fixture fell on somebody's head.
See?
But
Pay
I had
attention.
nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Did you pay out?
No, that's a venue.
I didn't
though.
even,
It should be venue.
But
Did you pay out?
the venue did.
Wait, 20,000? What'd you pay?
No, the venue
Oh,
did.
the insurance.
Yeah, the venue should.
Got it.
But this
get
is the kind
insurance
of
on that.
thing. Then you see the TMZ headlines and they make it sound like it's your
Right,
fault. So
right.
who's supposed to resolve that situation and how do you get your name out of it? Or do you not have a choice? That's just how it goes.
As far as what?
Like TMZ reporting. So on this story, I feel like recently they were like,
Yeah.
well, he was supposed to come to court and he didn't. But if technically
Yeah, but
you're
the
not
venue
to
already
blame,
paid, so it's like technically if
Your
I
name
just-
is gonna make the headline because it's you, but you're not
Right.
gonna be paying
Exactly.
because.
But there was
Right.
other people named in the lawsuit. Like you can name everybody in this
Right.
room in a lawsuit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
and the headlines will always be the star.
oh yeah, you know
So,
they got
so
to
how
get
many
that
lawsuits?
clicks.
Yeah.
Can you say how many you got going on right now without pointing to? 2, 3, what?
Nah, man, I'm cool, man. Everything that that has happened to me, media wise, a lot of the stuff was old things that, I was younger and I really didn't have the proper like team around me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know that like a criminal attorney, a litigation attorney was different than having
Right,
an entertainment
right,
lawyer.
right.
I just had one lawyer, so
Pay
I didn't-
attention.
Your
lawsuits are coming. Pay attention.
No, trust me.
No,
I know
so
this.
when I was younger, I didn't know a lot of these things, and a lot of the stuff when I did get in lawsuits was like 2011, 2010.
Right.
So
Is most of the stuff we usually see random stuff on like TMZ or whatever? Is most of them stuff true, man?
now I say probably 90% of the stuff is fake.
Really?
Do you feel like they pick on you specifically? It seems like some artists get it worse than others.
I had a run. I had a pick on Tyga run. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But
Basically, if Harvey Levin run up on stage, you body slam him yourself.
he a lawyer too, so you know.
yeah.
You gotta watch what you do with him. But I think I feel like I don't know. Like I just feel like I was in the light a lot. You know what I'm saying? And people know me. Like I try not to be in the light. Like I really just I be in my own lane, minding my own business. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yeah.
I wake up and then I just see stuff online.
Can't
And I be like,
escape
what's
it.
this?
There was a run where it felt like every 2 days you got a car repoed, man, or like
which
a
is
jeweler was suing you.
crazy.
Was that true?
I never got a car repo ever. I never ever been evicted. Never.
Yeah, or you couldn't pay rent. I mean, those stories used to happen like every day, so none of that's true.
Nah. But people were suing me because I was in the light and I was next to, you know what I'm saying, this famous family. So people were like, just, well, fuck it, let me get at them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't have a proper team at the time, so like, people were taking advantage. You know, it's like, well, oh yeah, just sue that nigga. Hit, word get out. You know what I'm saying?
Sue that
No,
nigga.
I'm serious. That's how it
shit.
is.
Y'all
and shit.
retract everything I said. I'm fucking broke.
Well,
That's
that's
how
how
I
like-
get nothing. I file bankruptcy and just say fuck you. Oh shit.
Yeah, so you know,
Damn.
I had a right team.
But do you think that kind of like changed your image because that's how a lot of people view you because of these stories?
Yeah.
Like you don't think about that. Like you seem kind of chill about it.
I mean, but at the end of the day, they viewing me, so you know, as long as I'm alive, I got the time to do right. You know what I'm saying? And make people believe otherwise. Cause like at the end of the day, it's like I can't go against like these media outlets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna waste my time and do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna focus on my life, and I can't go against them.
Tyga,
You know what I'm saying?
it ain't no way 90% of the stories was too much, man.
But I get it.
There was just, I seen a story that said you had a hairline transplant, bro.
Jesus
Is that
Christ.
true? I'm dead ass, dog.
I
Yo,
like
you
you
look
his
good,
brains right
dog.
now. I think
My
I
shit
don't
look
think
good
so.
though.
Yeah, nah.
My shit look good. You gotta say it.
No.
My shit look good.
Look alright, you know what I mean? But did you do it?
Top hair in the game right now.
All right, so when you got to defend yourself against
My nigga, I feel you on
hairline
that.
transplant
Get the
stories,
truth.
did you ever imagine the turn that your life would take when you got closer to that family, all the scrutiny you would have to face and these headlines, and now that you're away from
I need a
that,
plug
how
to
have
that
things
joint.
changed?
Hairline gotta get fit. Go ahead. My bad.
Can we see your hairline?
Bro, that's why I need a plug. Tyga sent me. Can I get a discount? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Nadeska.
Don't even worry about
You're
it.
on the internet too much, man.
That's always like the top
That's
comment.
king of the trolls right there.
Academics. Yeah, so how have things been different now that you're away from that? You have a better team, you're back focusing on music. How's your life changed?
This is the thing, like my life's always been the same, but like I'm just not in the media as much negative anymore.
That's literally the only thing? That's crazy.
That might be true, yo, because I found myself like once
I'm not a target as much.
once you were away from that situation, the stories kind of died down. Finally, when I did hear about you, I heard about you for music, which previously I felt like I never heard about you for. And then I found myself like
But
y'all
the thing is,
wanted to
I was still putting out music. A lot
I know,
of music,
but other stuff was
everything
overshadowing.
you
Like
know?
overshadowed by
And then
that.
before that, like I had a bunch of success with music, and I was doing a lot of things before that. So I just think the time, like the new people that did discover me in the last 3 years, this is all they know me for. And the people that discovered me 6 years ago, 7 years ago, know me for something different. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was super critical of you because I felt like you fucked up your wave, man. I felt like you were the nigga making them strip club anthems.
but I wasn't gonna make those type of records forever. You know what I'm saying? I was.
But they were
like
very
you
successful.
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
No, they were very like I felt like that was like a lane you had, and I felt like you fell back from it. And then all this media shit kind of just overshadowed the music. And of course, you could choose different routes, but we weren't focused on the music no more. It was like I told you, like at some point, I felt like you were just.
Well, my
doing,
life, I feel like your life it reflects your music. You know what I'm saying? So like, at the time when I was making those type of records, that's the life. That's what I was on. You know what I'm saying? Then when I had a son, like kind of my mentality changed a little bit, you know. And then after that, like this new album is, you know, is unlike any other music that I've ever made. But I feel like that's the part of being an artist. Like you gotta create. You know what I'm saying? Some things people gonna love, some things people won't. But you know what I'm saying? The more strikeouts, the more home runs. You know what I'm saying?
We discussed the album cover,
Yeah.
Kyoto, a couple of weeks back. I assumed it was a conceptual project, different from what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm big into art, you know what I'm saying? And the Kyoto name, a lot of people don't know what the meaning is behind it. It's a city 2 hours from Tokyo, and I spent a lot of time in Japan this last summer. I went out there.
It's like Okinawa, I think?
Yeah, it's a very traditional city.
Right.
Like, you know, very just,
what's popping in Tokyo? That you out there? Like,
you gotta go out there. I can't tell you.
He doesn't travel, yo.
how the hoes out there? They good?
Nice.
You gotta go.
I gotta go.
How's it nice?
They got a word.
I ain't
they
never
got a one
travel. I
out
go
there.
from here to Jamaica. That's it.
So you're singing on this, Kyoto, more so than before?
Wait, what you about to show us?
Nah, somebody called my phone. Nah, I mean it's
You like, I got like 10 hoes right there. I'm like,
yeah, it's I mean it's just different, man. It's just like I wouldn't say singing. I wouldn't, you know, it's melody. It's just
you're crooning out.
But how deep were
harmonized.
you going? So you said that you wanted to make this album for a long time, but you didn't necessarily have the confidence to express
started
all of the
working-
right emotions. So like, what?
Yeah, because like you know, it was certain melodies that I didn't like how it sounded, and you know, like you got to find your pocket. You got to know what you could sound good on, and you just got to know where you comfortable at. And I wasn't comfortable making these type of records like a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
And what
But
changed
You
in that
definitely wasn't
year?
comfortable when you made that 101 record, man. That 101 record, man.
That was the first record that I did. That was like I wanted to try something new. You know what I'm saying?
You saw Drake popping with a controller wave. You said,
I think, but you got to
Real
think
talk.
like I've always been a fan of like Vibes Cartel. Like a lot of people don't know, like I'm half Jamaican and Vietnamese, so like Jamaican is in my blood. You feel me? So like them rhythms and stuff.
I don't
they
think
all,
people knew that.
Huh?
I didn't know
I don't think
that.
people knew that. Truth be told.
Yeah. So so I'm half Jamaican and half Vietnamese. So that Jamaican, that's always been in my blood. You know what I'm saying? But I think the right time, and like you said, Drake was doing it. It was the right time. And you know, I spent a lot of time in London too, and that's like, those are really like the waves out there, the melodies. And I travel a lot internationally, so like that's what people are listening to like worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Is those vibes, them tempos. So when I did 101, I was like, shit, let me just try something, see how it go. And then like like the video got like 70 million views, like 80 million streams, no push. I just put it out. Like we didn't put no push behind it. And then when I perform it like internationally, like it's probably like the biggest song in my set.
Wait, you said no push. We know you've been off Cash Money for a while.
Yeah.
What is your situation now? We saw some stuff with good
No, I'm
music.
independent.
Independent,
Yeah.
completely.
So what happened with Pusha saying or Kanye saying that you were signed, or was that just an affiliation?
It was
or?
it was a management deal that we was working out.
But is it still in place now or no?
No.
Okay, it's all done.
Yeah.
Did it even get inked, or you guys were talking about it and just announced it prematurely?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we was talking about, we was working, because me and Ye, we was working for like a year before that, like on his album, and he was helping me on some of my projects, you know what I'm saying? So it was something that was just growing, and then it got to the point to where like,
As soon as you broke up with what's the name?
Nah, it was actually
That
before
nigga said
that.
peace.
Nah, because it really wasn't that. Like, Ye is he's an artist, so like, I was already signed to another artist, Wayne, for so long, so I know how artists move, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got their own priority, they got their own stuff going on, and me, I'm always a person that like, I like to go do my own thing anyway. I don't like to sit up under nobody or like wait, you know what I'm saying? So I think it just made sense to not like sign nothing and ink nothing and like, and waste time right now.
You didn't think about like sign to anyone? And by the way, when you dropped the Gold album, were you signed?
No.
Okay.
Well, you know what? I was still signed to Cash Money.
But they weren't pushing you.
No, they wouldn't. But I was trying to get out.
Yeah.
So I was, and I had another project that I wanted to work on, and the Go album was already done for like a year. So I was like, I'm just gonna put it out and put it on Spotify, just leak it, whatever. I was impatient at that time, so I was like, I just want to get the music out so I can move forward with this new project.
Yeah. You ever think about hitting Wayne and telling him the cheat code how to get out of his situation, Birdman? Because you obviously got out. I mean, I know it was a couple of years where you were trying to get out, but he also going through some stuff. He was your boss. You ever hit him like, yo, I'm supporting you, blah, blah, or at least give him some advice?
I mean, they know I support. I've been fluent about that, so they know.
Any thoughts on Birdman losing the mansion?
Huh?
Any thoughts on Birdman losing the mansion, just on some sucker shit?
I don't know, dog. I mean, at the end
Are
of the
y'all
day,
cool still?
At the end of the day, like, when you leave, you gotta face God. So.
Did you ever get your money? Because I think you said notoriously you never seen a check from YMCMB. Did you ever see it, or you still waiting?
No comment right now.
It's in God's hands.
No, he about to sue. He about to sue. Lawsuit coming, my nigga. Okay, you gonna be like 2,000 in line. There's a lot of people. All right. So are you gonna just stay independent, or are you planning to sign to another major?
I don't know right now. I mean, I like the independent route right now. I like what Empire's doing, so we'll see.
From your experience, is there any benefit to being signed to an artist? Because we've spoken about, I believe it's Lil Pump and people like Gucci or Khaled are interested, but like you say, they also have careers of their own. Are there any benefits, or is it just too much of a conflict being an artist
it's definitely
signed?
a benefit. You gotta look at what Wayne did for me, Nicki, Drake, everybody that was at Young Money. You know what I'm saying? And at the time where he was his hottest, you know what I'm saying? Even like, look what Kanye has done for Pusha, Big Sean. It's a big benefit, because people want teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like to see a team, like, and champion a team.
But it just depends on the circumstances being right in individual situations, I guess.
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
leaving Cash Money and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
Are you so cool with well, you said you're cool with Wayne. What about Nicki and Drake? Because
Yeah, man, I'm cool with everybody. I ain't got no beef with nobody. I ain't got no hate in my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe now, but at one point, you know what I mean?
That wasn't hate. That was never hate. That was frustration.
Okay, that was frustration. But it was but you guys since talked and y'all cool now, right?
Yeah, yep.
All right, okay, all right, that's what's up, yo. Do you think that the reason why you're probably independent and you're probably not thinking about getting on a major is that when you were on YMCMB, it felt like everything that you accomplished, you kind of almost did for yourself. Like, you had to move by yourself, right? So now you're probably thinking, well, if I'm gonna move like that and I'm on a major, why not just be on Empire and just do it myself, like, right? So if it was another situation, right, that wasn't like that, would you ever consider getting on a major?
I mean, yeah, I just had to. I mean, if it was right, if I felt like the people really believed in it and they was really gonna do what they, you know, do what they promise. But other than that, like, it just has to be right, because at the end of the day, like, I could do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? Or like with the team that I have now, so.
Yeah, how'd you feel? Because I ain't gonna lie, I was definitely having a blast when this happened. I gotta
say
be
you were
honest.
what?
Here we go.
When you dropped the Gold album, I think you kind of gave the explanation already. When you dropped the Gold album, people were talking about the sales like, yo, damn, Tyga fell off. Because, again, I know you're saying there was no push, but people reported like it didn't do good sales-wise. Like, how did you take that, or did you just look at it like,
well,
yo,
Complex was the one that reported it.
Oh, yeah.
Complex made the story up, so
Or
I'm just keeping it.
No,
100.
they made it up?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
word.
it was out. I put it. It was only on Spotify for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And they had put like low sales, and they put this crazy story out.
It was like you sold 2,000, and I was like, y'all
it was like it wasn't even. It was actually on Spotify for like only 3 days or something like that.
So not even a full first week. I don't remember this article.
And
in
it wasn't even
particular,
for
so-
sale. Like
yeah,
the
I remember
first-
when that thing came out, man.
saying?
Everybody was having a blast. It was Complex, right?
Yeah,
You're
it was
right.
Complex.
It was you?
Chubb said my bad.
Oh, fans on site. No, it was okay. All right. So I mean, like, what are your projections for this new project, right?
I mean, I think first week. I think first week matters if you have a big single out. I feel like this kind of project, like you said, it's a conceptual project. It's a concept album. It's like, this is more of a project for people to discover. You know what I'm saying? And with streaming now, it's like, it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm gonna go on tour. People gonna stream. People gonna consume it when they want.
You only did 14 songs, right? We've been seeing a lot of longer albums.
Yeah,
Did you
14
consider doing more than that? We've seen 20, 25 upwards.
I had a
like-
few other songs, but I just felt like I didn't want to try to cram stuff. I just wanted to tell the story, and, you know.
Going back to the art for a second, the cover art, you spoke about being into art, and your friend Chris has been heavily influenced with and by Ron English. Is there a person who brought you to this point with Kyoto, or have you just been exploring?
I've always been to art. I've always been into art, and then like I've always been a fan of like Murakami, Kaws, like a lot of the real Japanese influenced art. And this artist, Hajime, he's a really well-known Japanese artist, and he does like the crazy futuristic robots, like the bear bricks. Like he does in that culture, like, you know.
I assume this was a conceptual project. I wasn't sure, but is this like, are you experimenting here a lot?
Yeah.
With the sounds?
Yeah, for sure. It's like you said, it's unlike anything that I've ever done.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so fucking basic. I thought this was some perverted bestiality shit. I couldn't even figure, because the cover art, I'm like, what the fuck? But
You got
I
the
still
most
don't get it.
perverted page, man.
but you know what though? I couldn't even like.
I mean, but it's beauty.
Explain to me. Break it down.
It's beauty in it. You know what I'm saying? You got the rising sun. You know, with everything going on with women in the media. It's a woman.
Face down, ass up.
That's the primal beauty. You know what I'm saying? When everything's stripped down, like.
Word.
Yeah.
No, for real.
I'm saying
I'm
that's.
yeah. What do you?
You gotta explain it, because, you know, some people don't understand.
I
People
don't
started
understand
jumping
art
to
like that. Real talk.
Nah, it's cool though.
So how does this play into the tracks?
Yeah, was the album already complete when you worked with him on this, or you had a good idea of what you wanted it to be? Or
I know I wanted to
this-
work with him, and we were going through images and stuff, and there was a few things that were a little more safe, but, you know, I wanted to take the risk, and I felt like it just spoke to me when I seen it.
Did you ever consider, because if this is the album cover, you ever consider you being in the picture?
Nah, because it's a woman on her own.
Let
Word.
this guy be
You
the
know what
art
I'm saying?
director.
I'm just
I
asking.
felt like I just felt like with everything going on with women in the entertainment industry, with all these like allegations on people and stuff like that, I wanted to just put a woman by herself on the cover.
So no real backlash off this, just little rumblings.
Tyga on his
You
respect
got
women shit.
you got backlash, you got trolls, but this is art, man. This is like, you know, 10 years from now, like, you know, it's a classic covers. It's just, but when people hear the album, then, you know, it all makes sense.
So this will be explained, or you'll have a better understanding of why this is when you hear the album.
You'll have a better understanding.
Okay.
You know, all I can say is the rising sun is just represent new life and a new day. You know, and of course the tiger on it, that symbolizes me, you know, my DNA and like my influence.
Your essence in there?
My essence.
Yeah, is this always your temperament, by the way? I gotta say, it's my first time meeting you, not what I expected.
In LA it's very early in LA. I don't wake up this early.
You're still on LA time. So we're filming late today, right? It's what, 10, 11? But yeah, usually we're here at what, 6 a.m., so we spared you today.
Yeah.
So it's because it's early. I'm just wondering, you're way more chill than I thought.
I'm telling you, when I watch his interviews, believe me, like, if you read the stories about Tyga,
and
you
then
probably
you meet
want to
him,
dislike him, and then you hear him talking, be like, man, he can't. He's not that bad.
Yeah.
He's not that bad.
Yo, would you do more? I know you've done reality TV. You had that show with your friends on MTV. Would you do more reality TV? Or are you trying to stay away from all of that? I'm wondering how the world can see more of.
I'm gonna tell you.
But see more of this side of him instead of the headlines.
Maybe that show.
Turn up.
Come on. Maybe that show. But like, I do believe. I'm telling you, man. Again, I don't know if you have any regrets about that situation you were in. But I felt it did nothing good for your career. I felt like you almost sacrificed your career for it. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have made this album, though.
You wouldn't have made that album if you
I
didn't
wouldn't
go,
have made this album.
if you didn't go through that.
I needed to.
Is this a rebound album?
I needed God to test me. I needed him to put me through fire and make me feel, you know, what it's like. So.
You felt like you went through fire though?
Mentally.
From the public criticism?
Spiritually. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I think being through that, I learned a lot, and I was able to really sit back and just analyze like where I want to be in 5-10 years, and you know what I'm saying? Because like I put my heart on a table in front of the world. You get what I'm saying? So like that's what, you know.
If this falls short, then what?
What do you mean fall short?
If it doesn't reach the
flops.
expectations of you personally as
It doesn't matter.
coming of age.
Because my feelings and my decision is concrete with this. So it's not, this isn't for people to be like, oh, he's back, or he's, oh, this or this. Like, this is actually my heart, like, in music. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And
has some feeling behind it. Are you done showcasing or at least exposing that side of yourself to the public, where like you pretty much, as you say, you put your heart out there? Are you done with that going forward?
what you mean?
Like you know the situation. I ain't trying to bring it up.
I didn't really expose myself. I was just
Well,
I was just
no,
in a
no.
regular relationship.
Nah, but it was very public. And,
You're right. You mean, are you saying as far as like,
Yeah, if you got another chick, are you gonna be doing all that, or are you gonna keep it real private because you've seen what that comes with?
At the end of the day, man, like you can't let nobody dictate your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to do what you feel like, and you can't hold back based on what people are gonna say. Like you got to just do what you feel and go and come and deal with it as it comes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if this makes sense, but will you then make a more conscious effort to control the narrative? So here's what I'm realizing. People say a lot of things about you. Most of them are not true. You could ignore them. Your life carries on as normal, but sometimes you can step in and choose to control the narrative a little bit more. Are you going to do that moving forward?
Yeah, but I wanted it to start with music first because like that's
your foundation.
Exactly. So I think once you get the foundation strong, then you could do other stuff, and people, you know, they'll see me do a lot of other things this year but I had to put this project out so people can it's a reintroduction of myself, you know what I'm saying? It's like so.
I'm not doubting you.
I ain't gonna lie, Tyga seems sad, yo.
No, I'm not
Tyga
doubting you
seems sad,
with
man.
regards
How am I
to this.
sad?
You seem sad, bro.
That's a temperament, man. It's a temperament. Let me finish the question.
You sure you don't want that old thing back, bro?
I'm good, bro.
I'm not doubting you with regards to this particular project. Here's the reason why. Certain artists, and I'm
I
gonna
can
go.
show you my phone. I'm good.
I'm gonna go way back. I'm gonna go way back.
You be wanting to know all the songs, man. You want to know everything.
On some real though, cause like you know, again, the thing when you deal with a public situation like that, it's not when you're done with it, it's done. Because it continues and people are always gonna tie you to shit even when you have nothing to do with it.
For sure.
The question is, does this have the
Right.
potential to be a classic? And the reason why I said I'm not doubting you, certain artists reach a certain point, and if I can go very, very far back, Marvin Gaye was known for a lot of love songs. And then he reached a certain milestone in his life, and he put out a project called What's Going On. Berry Gordy and everybody else didn't like it at first. And of course, we have the classic that we have now. It was an interchange within him. So, does this have the potential to do that?
For sure. You just got to trust the process, and you can't judge it overnight. You can't judge anything overnight in life, you know what I'm saying? So, like you said, I love the project. It's my most favorite project that I've ever done.
And most personal too, right?
Yeah. And I've never been vulnerable in my music, you know what I'm saying? I've always sold like a lifestyle, like you said, strip club music, stunting.
That's what we want, man, that turn up shit, bro.
That's cool.
That's what we want, Tyga.
And we still got that. That's easy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really want to affect people in a different way.
Do you know what
I know I can do it like that, but let me challenge myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
So as you were talking, I was thinking, like, you have grown a lot, just even in the people who pay attention to you. Mm-hmm. Some may not necessarily be fans of your music, but they pay attention to you. Do you know what your fan base wants from you in terms of music right now? Or are you just saying, as I grow, I'm going to give you what's in my heart?
Well, fans will always want whatever they feel like your most successful stuff is, or when they first discover you. So a lot of people first discover me Rack City, or discovered me when I did a project with Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, fans will always want that. But like at the end of the day, I think I was watching something that Jerry Seinfeld, he was talking about. He was like, you know, if the coaches listen to the fans, then they'll be in the crowd with the fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm not doing this to like please everybody. I'm doing this because this is what I feel as an artist that I need to do in order to get my art out and grow.
Again, and the transition that I'm not doubting, because you and Chris Brown have done classics. A lot of the tracks you guys have done, I appreciate, and so do millions of others. Did he help you with any of the vocal arrangements? Because again, you are singing on
this album?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But he's heard a few songs. I went to his house like not too long ago. He heard a few songs.
I heard a track called, I don't know if it's on this project, it's called Boss Up.
Boss Up, yeah.
Boss Up. And you were, that was different from what I've heard you do in the past.
Yeah.
So that's why I assume this might be going in a different direction, more personal, and could possibly, you know, be a milestone for you. I don't know, we'll see.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that Passman hookah shit. But anyway, yo, Tyga, so wait, who keep casting you as like gangster roles, man? Every time, like, there's a couple of, and I want to ask you about acting, but I've seen you in a couple of films.
Barbershop and Dope, right?
Yeah, I've seen you. I'm like, yo, Tyga gangster here.
yeah.
When
Yeah.
Dope was the first thing, Pharrell told me about it, and he was like, I'm doing this movie.
You had to audition? You had to audition?
Yeah, so I met him he was like, yo, where you at right now? I need you to come to the studio. So I was like, all right, I pulled up and met the director, Rick. He did The Wood, the original Wood. And there was another role they wanted me in Dope, but I ended up doing that role. It was real quick. It was my first time ever like doing anything, and I liked it, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I did Barbershop, and it was cool. You
Thinking
know what
about
I'm
more
saying?
acting roles?
So I just did I just finished the series, the MTV Scream, season 3, and that's like probably the biggest thing I've done, because it's a 6-episode thing that's gonna be on Netflix, MTV in I think March or April, and it's like hour-long episodes. So it's like me, Keke Palmer, RJ. It's a few different people, but it's dope because it's like the original Scream, but also it takes place in Atlanta, so it's like almost like a black scary movie.
You took acting classes, or you just a natural?
Nah.
Is it a passion? Like type
It's
of thing
becoming
for you,
a
or
passion.
what? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you meant, was he passionate in the role?
I mean, it's fun. So
Yeah.
you know, I think after this role, people really see like the potential.
Don't let them typecast you, Tyga. You ain't only a gangsta out here. Tell them to put you as a doctor or some shit, dog. You feel me?
So you said you thought about the 5-year plan, where you see 5-10 years where you want to be. Where is it? What are we looking at right now?
I was saying just musically, like
It sounds like you did some soul searching though, so I want to know what the vision you're seeing. We're not going back. We're not doing reality TV.
Soul
No more.
search.
What?
Did Kylie fuck you up like that, man?
So y'all crazy.
I'm sorry, it's him.
Nah, man, you just get older. You feel me? Like
No, I'm with you. I have a 5-year plan and a 10-year plan, and they change. It's just goals. You need something to aspire to.
She got a kid now. She has a different situation. You got other situations.
I'm
Is
sorry.
any bad?
No, but
blood?
I have a son. He's 5 years
trying to
old.
talk
So
about
you know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
Yeah. Nah, it ain't.
No, I just want to see if there's any bad blood. If it's cool. I mean,
Okay.
people are wondering. You feel me?
Okay.
Like, y'all were together for a while. It doesn't seem like there was any negative. I mean, other than some TMZ put on some stuff.
It was a relationship
Yeah. Y'all cool
that was in
afterwards?
front of the world, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, she has her new life. I have my new life, and that's it. You know what I mean? There's no bad blood, no problems. You know
Still
what I mean?
communicate?
We communicate here and there.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, so it's cool then. All right. So I you know, people love the drama. So it seems like
People
there's
love
no
the
drama. Word.
Yeah.
You thinking about meeting her new child or not?
This is a troll, homie. Yo, ask me another question, man.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Okay.
This guy.
Nah, so good.
Nah.
You fuck with Travis Scott?
He's cool.
Word. Y'all should do music. That would be dope. He sing too. Just more auto-tune. Auto-tune be just helping everybody out, man.
Auto-tune is like, you know what Ye
You feel
told me
guilty
a long
when you
time
use
ago?
it or nah?
Nah, hell no. Auto-tune, he's like, he said it's just like getting your car washed. Ye told me, he was like, it's like getting a brand new car and just getting your car washed. What? That's what he told me. But the thing about auto-tune, it depends. You can use it differently. Everybody uses it differently, you know what I'm saying? But it just got that sauce on it, you know what I'm saying?
Just don't become the artist that once you find it, you say fuck your real voice and you just use it all the time. Wayne went through a period where he wouldn't stop using it. And I love Wayne. I was like, yo, Wayne.
Because you
I
know
wanna hear you.
it's so futuristic sounding that like you could hear something and be like, damn, that was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of artists, they hear themselves like that. And it's just like it's like, damn, I like this person right here. You know, but for me, I like the balance. I don't like too much auto-tune on my voice personally, but then I use it. I've used auto-tune on my voice on my rap vocals, but you know, people don't know though. Rack City had auto-tune on it.
So
Word?
light
Deuces
use.
had auto-tune on it. That's the secret in the sauce though. And I just gave that away. So now you're gonna see like a lot of people putting that on their vocals. But it just locks it in a little bit, your vocal.
Word.
You're about to go to the
Maybe
studio
you
and
get a
add
feature.
auto-tune. That's what.
I'm asking for a feature. Hey, yo, but on some serious shit, wrapping up here, like, yo, what's next for you though? Like, I mean, you dropped this project.
Are you asking the question I asked 5 minutes ago?
Oh yeah, no, I had to-
Okay,
I had
carry
to
on.
ask about we gonna sit here for
No.
50 minutes and not talk about
You're right.
the
You're right.
obvious? The
You're right.
fuck?
Take it away.
No, but like, what is next after this project right
You
here?
got the album, you got the MTV Scream thing that's about to come out. I'm about to do tour. I'm going to Europe next week for tour. And I started a real estate company. So
Word.
6 months.
Quiet.
I am trying to buy a
We're
crib.
trying to invest if you
I'm trying
need
to buy a crib.
investors.
No, y'all gotta
Let us
holla at me.
know.
I got some crazy stuff going on.
Okay, I see.
But
Let's do this.
first, let's get this Kyoto out to the world. And,
February
you know.
16th.
That's a fact. I'm gonna check it out, yo. I'm gonna check it out. I just don't want to hear too much of that sing. I'm
You want to know
turned up
something though?
Tyga.
You want to know?
feel me?
Yeah, that's cool for sure.
Make it rain on these hoes, bro.
And you can stream the old stuff so I can get paid off that. You know what I'm saying?
No, of course I will.
No, but this album really is like, I really don't care what niggas is gonna think. I don't like, people don't mosh pit at my shows. Like my shows is like almost 60-70% women. Which is interesting.
interesting.
But it's
Making
still
those
like,
ladies.
they're
That's like
still,
an R&B singer almost, right?
Nah, not so much, but these is like, they still turn up though. You know what, I wanna say it's half and half.
That's a loyal base.
I wanna say it's half and half. You know, it's people that's coming, it's young kids that's coming to the shows, it's older couples, married couples, it's different type of people that come to my shows, you know, so.
Yeah, any of these songs on the album addressing Kylie or no? No?
Okay. How old are you?
Who, me?
Yeah, how old are you?
26.
26?
How old are you?
28.
28.
Yeah,
Bet.
okay.
I would imagine.
You want to ask him any uncomfortable questions?
Oh, no,
Because
he
now's
could.
the time, please. You have anything? Do you want me to help you make up a question?
Where you from, New York?
Nah, from Jersey.
Jersey.
Well, I'm
Oh, Jersey.
born in Jamaica.
Jersey,
Okay.
both of us.
Oh, you born in Jamaica?
Yeah. I'm like,
That nigga's American, he's lying.
Oh,
I was
word.
born in Spanish Town Hospital.
Niggas
but
that you're faking.
It's all good.
It's all good,
That's all.
bro.
No, I'm rooting for Tyga. I will say this. I mean, I had to ask the question I had to ask, but I am rooting for Tyga because I feel like it's the first time there's nothing to cloud the music, right? So the music is gonna stand on its own. If he makes dope shit, which he had, like he's never made just complete whack stuff. I didn't like that 101 record, but he's made a lot of
You
stuff.
didn't like
that's great.
101?
I didn't like 101, but you know everything else I love.
For sure,
You
for
feel
sure.
me? So I feel like finally the music gets to get the talk instead of the other shit because, you know what I mean, sometimes you can just get caught up in that world, and I'm wishing you the best of luck. That's some real shit.
Word. Congrats on the project. We're looking forward to it. Kyoto is out February 16th. Go check that out. Tyga, thank you for coming through.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you guys tomorrow on Everyday Struggle.
Peace.